Hello, Phil here from Wings of Pegasus, and welcome to another live stream Tuesday. I hope you guys have had a great weekend and that Monday was good as well. Thank you everyone for jumping into the live chat room so early on. I was actually in there at about 11, so I was getting things organised, or at least I was attempting to before the live stream. We will see if that's going to pay dividends and whether it's going to work or not, but let me get you guys up on screen because we have Beverly, Corey, Kevin, Paul, Tim, Patrick, Mike, Jeannie, Deborah, Lucy, Orlando, Michelle, Kevin, Ken, and Maiden Girl 18, Lynn, Alexi, Susan and Dennis in the house as well, Patrick and Jennifer, Linda Z's in there, and Carl is in there moderating as well. Just as Carla goes through there, a massive shout out to the moderators for doing such a fantastic job, and thank you guys. Laurie should be in there as well, I think I noticed earlier as well. Neil will be in there, Paul, so look out for the moderators. They are in blue and they have the wrench next to their names. But thank you everyone for joining me tonight, and we did have a lot of likes coming in early before we even started, and I might be able to get the like counter up on screen to see that we just passed 101 and now 103 likes. So we're already over 100 likes. Thank you everyone for hitting that thumbs up, and I always say at the beginning of the live streams, if you can leave a like as you come through the door, that would be much appreciated. It helps the channel to grow and it helps these live streams to get out there as well. So let's have a little look at the target that we're aiming for tonight. Our standard likes goal is set way up there at 350. So we're already almost a third of the way there. Maths isn't my strong point, but we will see where we end up by the end of the live stream. Without further ado, let me get the names of my patrons up on screen as well, because they make this live stream possible. Everything that I do on the channel, and their names go across the screen in all of the live streams for the duration of the live streams. So thank you guys so much for all of your support. You know who you are, and they also pop up in the super chat window. So let's jump into the super chat window, because we've had a little bit of action in there as well, and so much so that I need to scroll up a little bit. So thank you guys for these early donations. And we have Orlando right at the top there donating at 31 minutes past 5 this morning. And it was a $2 donation, and Orlando says spike the likes with lots of thumbs up. So thank you for that, Orlando. A great opportunity to plug the mug as well. Here we go, spike the likes. And I've already said that, but why not hit that like button if you haven't had a chance to do so. And it's orange squash, just for reference, in the mug tonight. But you can pick up a mug in the tray underneath this video. There should be underneath all of the videos on the channel. Also head over to teespring.com and type in Wings of Pegasus and you'll find all of the merchandise there. Thank you everyone for jumping on that 20% off deal over at Teespring, and that only ran till yesterday. So if you haven't got your merchandise yet, then you just missed the boat on Friday, Saturday, Sunday and Monday, the Black Friday weekend, but it's all still available there on Teespring if you find that you just want a bit of merchandise. It is possible. And I've just got the mug on me tonight. You can get t-shirts. I think I got Jurassic Park. Yes, Jurassic Park tonight. That was a bit of a gamble. I saw the top part, which was red and yellow. Half the time I don't know which t-shirt I've got on, but it's Jurassic Park for tonight. A little bit of a dinosaur theme, but not really, because nothing else on the live stream is going to be a dinosaur theme at all. Anyway, moving on in the super chat window, we have Lynn in there as well, who has donated $50. Thank you so much for that, Lynn. A very kind donation. And that was at 10 past 11, so 50 minutes ago, roughly. Thank you for that, Lynn. The message is, in honor of David Prowse, Darth Vader in the original Star Wars trilogy, and protecting a generation of British school children as the Green Cross Code Man in 70s and 80s road safety adverts. Rest in peace, Mr. Prowse. So thank you for that, Lynn. And it's something that I only learned at a later date about David, and the fact that playing Darth Vader, because he was a tall guy, a very tall guy, it meant that Darth Vader in the movies was 7 foot something, or it's just a crazy height. Not that it comes across as much in the movies, But he just would have been a giant in terms of the fictional character of Darth Vader. Or it depends how much you're into Star Wars, that you might not believe it to be fictional, because it did happen a very, very long time ago. So, just thinking of the way that they shot the angles, maybe it didn't come across on screen that Darth Vader was just huge as a enemy or an enemy, somebody that you would definitely know about if they walked up to you, because you'd be looking up to them, they'd be hitting their head on the ceiling. But thank you, Lynn, for that donation, but also drawing attention to David. I did hear that news about David. I think it was yesterday on the news. It is something that has been circling around, but there's so many things on the news at the moment, that it's COVID and it's businesses, and all of the people here are just waiting for tomorrow because the lockdown is lifted. So finally, we're actually able to go outside, other than getting food and water and essentials. So we're looking forward to that tomorrow. But thank you, Lynn, for that donation. And Sherry has donated $4.99. Thank you for that, Sherry. The message is, listening to You Know My Name today. Great work at Wings of Pegasus. So thank you for that, Sherry. And we are going to be having a little listen to that later, because that was requested over on Patreon by quite a few people, and it was the most popular cover requested over there. So we'll listen to that a little bit later on. Again, thank you guys for answering my request for requests over on Patreon, because it means that I can have some videos to play and I don't have to make the decisions myself, because that would be a nightmare. I'd never be able to decide what to play. So thank you, Sherry, and Jeannie as well has donated $5. Thank you for that. And the message is, chicken soup in my mug with a little cold, but you are a tonic, good medicine, with a smiley face, and maybe a thumbs up, or it might be a bowl of soup, maybe? I don't know, it's too small for me to see, but it continues, stay well, wingers. So thank you for that, Jeannie. And I hope that you get better soon and get over the cold. It's that time of year, especially here in the UK. We're getting down towards maybe freezing temperatures, or around 5 to 7 degrees Celsius. I don't know what that is in Fahrenheit, but yeah, things getting a little bit colder here. So it's definitely hoodie weather, hence the hoodie on tonight, and probably will be for the next few months or so. But thank you for that, Jeannie. And Deborah's in the house and has donated $9.99. Thank you for that, Deborah. And the message is, been listening to Wings of Pegasus on my phone, my laptop, and big screen TV all day, not sorry. So thank you for that, Deborah. And that would be a good trick if you could try and synchronize everything at the same time, so you get some serious surround sound. You get your phone over there, your laptop in the middle, the TV somewhere else, but synchronizing it might be difficult. But thank you, Deborah, for listening to some Wings of Pegasus on all of those devices. It is much appreciated, and the donation as well. Jen has donated $5. Thank you for this, Jen. The message is, just popping in to wish you a great show, with a smiley face, a guitar, and some rock hand signals. So thank you for that, some rock horns. And thank you as well, to Jen for popping in and maybe not being able to watch the whole show. You can catch it on Catch Up. All of you guys watching on Catch Up, hello. Thank you also for watching the live stream. Afterwards, you can still hit that thumbs up if you're watching it a little bit later on. It all helps that total to rise up and for the videos to get out there a little bit more. So thank you for tuning in, the Catch Up crew. Nancy has donated $4.99. Thank you for that, Nancy. And the message is, always a thumbs up for Phil. So thank you for that, Nancy. So on the agenda tonight, we are going to be taking a look at a few pictures. I'm also going to be showing some pictures of some of the merchandise that Carla's been working on. And we've got earrings, and we've got a chain with the Wings of Pegasus pick on, all sorts of cool stuff. And there are a few of those pictures, so we'll get into that after the cover. We're also going to be having a pick roulette for tonight, so look out for that. I hope you guys are feeling lucky. If you did type I agree last week, then your name will be on the pick roulette wheel for tonight, and we will have another winner of a Wings of Pegasus signed pick. There it is on both sides. So good luck, everybody, for later on. We'll be getting into that after the You Know My Name cover that we're going to be playing through tonight that was requested. But first of all, we are going to be having a little look on the Patreon site to see if I can find the first request in order to play the video. I think I made a note that this was going to be Running Blind because Orlando gave a request for that, and I have a little scroll down because I think maybe it got requested. Joan as well. So thank you for those requests. We are going to be jumping into this, and I hope you guys enjoy it, and I'll see you guys after. Rock! And there we have it. That was my song called Running Blind. I hope you guys enjoyed that one, and you can pick it up over at wingsofpegasus.com/store, as well as my whole album called Persistence. And Running Blind was just a standalone single, but you can download that there. You can get every song individually if you want to. You can also get them on iTunes and Amazon, but it's better for me if you go to my website because then I don't have to give away a percentage. So Hello everybody in the live chat room tonight. Thank you for joining me on this live stream. Just to throw it out there as well, tomorrow night I will be doing a live analysis and it'll be going out at exactly the same time that we started tonight. If you haven't watched a live analysis in the past, then that's exactly the same time that you're going to be looking at for these live streams as for the live analysis. So check that out if you do get a chance tomorrow, because yesterday I was checking the copyrights. That's what I always do on a Monday in order to have a look at the analysis video on Wednesday to make sure that it's all going to be fine and we're not going to get blocked while we're streaming. And that's all fine. We're going to be taking a look at Badfinger, who I do have a video on previously on the channel. It's definitely worth checking that video out if you do get a chance, because we will be looking at them performing tomorrow night. And I think it was on the Kenny Rogers show. So definitely worth tuning in tomorrow night, but it's still going to be on the site. If you miss it live, you'll be able to catch it later on. But just a little point in that direction for tomorrow night. Let's get back into the Super Chat window, because we had another donation in there. Thank you for this, Lisa. It was a $5 donation, and the message is, back in your football playing days, what position were you on the team? So thank you for that, Lisa. And I was mostly a striker or forward, depending on what you call them, wherever you are. I'm not sure if it's the same in the USA, but here we just say a striker, somebody that's trying to score the goals. And then later on, I then started playing a bit in midfield, and then I play at right back as well. Probably more right wing back, because I used to run quite a lot, so that was something that I got into a little bit later. But I'd say when I'm playing mostly for fun and just with other guys in a recreational setting, then I just play at the back, right back, and maybe midfield, or if they're really struggling for a striker, then I'll play up front. So pretty much anywhere the team need me to play, I will play, apart from in goal. I did start in goal and then progressed after probably about 2 years, realizing that actually I'm not very good in goal. So then I went out on pitch, and because I'm quite fast at running, I found it was a lot easier out on pitch, because you can just knock it past people, and then if you're faster than them, then you'll get to the ball first, and that's always an advantage. So I learned that pretty early on. So that was just that was my skill. It wasn't really a skill, it's just a natural attribute of speed, and I just used that out on the pitch. But anyway, thank you, Lisa, for that donation. And Kay has donated $10. Thank you so much for that, Kay. And that's a straight up donation as well. So thank you for that. So we are going to be attempting to get through this live stream a little bit more swiftly than we normally do. I know that we get to about 1:15 and the time just seems to disappear. So we're going to focus tonight on trying to get through the cover video at least, and hopefully also we had That's Metal requested over on Patreon, so hopefully we'll get to that by the end of the live stream, as well as getting through all of the pictures, where we are going to be having our probably youngest ever model that we've had on the live stream so far. So that'll be coming up after the cover video as well. So thank you everybody for joining in tonight, hitting that thumbs up. I can see that we are at 169 likes at the moment, which is great. Thank you everyone for hitting that thumbs up. For the pick roulette next week, we're looking at 355. These targets are getting really big now, and that's all your fault for tuning in and hitting that thumbs up, which is great. It's great to have really high targets, but I know that on a Tuesday night it's always going to be a little bit more difficult, because it's in the week and a lot of people do work and can't just spend their whole lives watching live streams. So thank you everyone that does join in and tune in live on the Tuesday nights, because I know it is a difficult time to tune into a live stream. But we'll see where we end up. We're at 170 at the moment, 355 for the pick roulette likes target. We are going to be maybe approaching halfway, but we need people to hit that thumbs up, and we will see how we get on with it. So I'm going to be rolling into the next video. I know, because when we start getting into the pick roulette and looking at pictures, things can take a little bit longer to get through. So we're going to be jumping straight into this requested cover, and it's going to be You Know My Name, and it's from the Casino Royale Bond movie with Daniel Craig, and it's one of those movies that I've said before, well, probably one of my favourite Bond movies, if not the favourite Bond movies. And because I think Daniel Craig is just a really cool 007, and also with Chris Cornell with this song and his voice, definitely one of those themes that I am a big fan of, and hence did a cover of. And this was with Kent Johnson, by the way. But let me just get into Patreon to have a look, because Beverly requested this one. I did mention that it was requested a few times. Orlando threw this one in there as well, so thank you for that. And let me just scroll down a little bit. Teresa threw this in there. Amy as well. So thank you guys for requesting this one. We're going to be jumping into it, and just to look out for the fact that this is one of those rare occasions where I actually looked quite smart. Rather than just wearing a hoodie and a t-shirt, I've actually got a suit on to try and get into character for this whole video and the song altogether. I hope you guys like this, and I'll see you guys after. Rock!
Take a life, do you know what you give? Odds are you won't like what it is. When the storm arrives, would you be seen with me by the merciless eyes of deceit? I've seen angels fall from blinding heights, but you yourself are nothing so divine. Just next in line, arm yourself because no one else here will save you. The odds will betray you, and I will replace you. We can't deny the prize, it may never fulfill you. It longs to kill you. Are you willing to die? The coldest blood runs through my veins. You know my name. If you come inside, things will not be the same. When you return to the night, if you think you've won, you never saw me change the game that we have been playing. I've seen this diamond cut through heart of man. Then you yourself, but if you must pretend, you may meet your end. Harm yourself because no one else here will save you. The odds will betray you, and I will replace you. Can't deny the prize, it may never fulfill you, and it longs to kill you. Are you willing to die? The coldest blood runs through my veins. You know my name. 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 You know my name.
And there we have it. That was Mine and Kent's version of You Know My Name. I hope you guys enjoyed that. Huge shout out to Kent Johnson with his amazing violin abilities in that song and the video as well, for giving me all of that footage. And it's something that we worked on together after being part of Peter Holland's course, I guess you'd call it, in terms of creator course kind of thing. He was just testing it and we were part of those test subjects to use that, and then I met Kent and then we got stuck into that. So a big thank you to him for joining me on that particular cover. I hope you guys enjoyed it, but let me get you guys back up on screen because you just disappeared for that video, but here you are again. And also in the super chat window, we've had another donation from Marge. So thank you for that, Marge. It's a donation of $2 and it is a straight up donation. So thank you everyone for those donations in the live stream, and also the donations that come in before the live stream, because it is much appreciated and really does make a difference, as well as all of you people at the bottom of the screen who support me over on Patreon. It is massively appreciated, and it means that I can just keep on moving forward with these things that I have ideas about doing in at the deep end and all that kind of stuff. So thank you everyone for your support, because I can do these live streams as well, organize the sound a bit better, and do the live analysis videos. That's something that I've been able to do in the last couple of weeks. So we've only done 2 live analysis videos. It's going to be the 3rd one tomorrow night, and that's all been possible because of the software that I've been able to get thanks to your support. And I do now run that software on my analysis videos because I think the sound's a little bit better. At least that's the feedback now that I'm using it for the live streams as well. So I'm glad that we can improve the quality of the live streams just in general, but also to bring up the audio quality as well. So thank you everyone for that. And let's have a little quick look into the live chat room and see who's in there. We've got Carla moderating still in there, and we've got Patrick, Barbara, Lynn, Orlando, Brian, Maiden Girl 18, John, Lucy, and we've got Nora, Laurie, Lynn, Deborah, Garden, Insight, Jojo, and Gilbert, and Jennifer's in there as well, and Patrick, and Jeff, and Vince is in the house as well. So hello guys, thank you for joining me tonight. It is much appreciated that you're spending your time with me on the channel during these live streams, because there's plenty of other things that you could be doing, so thank you for that. And we have just another donation that's come in from Lulu, and it's for $5. Thank you for that, Lulu. The message is, any thoughts about COVID creativity and how this time will affect this era's musical history? So thank you for that, Lulu. And it is a difficult one because with COVID, obviously everything's shut down. Musically, things just have come to a halt. And most people that are out on the road, and that's how they make their living, have unfortunately not been able to do that. So I think the only option people have had is to get online and make videos on YouTube and live stream. And I personally think that it's been the way to go. Even before COVID, I think that so many people have been missing potentially a trick of live streaming on the internet and selling tickets to gigs on the internet, and potentially cutting out the need to spend a lot of money on touring where they could be in control of it themselves at home. And it's something that now people are starting to obviously do it because of COVID, but I think they'll start to do it more in the future because they realize how much control you can have over your own career by controlling literally the venue that you're playing in, because it's your house, or it might be your rehearsal studio or something like that. So it's something that's forced people to think outside the box, but I think the box was already there. It's just that more people are now crammed into it and start to realize that you can do so much collaborating with other artists as well across the internet. And like with the In at the Deep End thing that I do on the channel here, just doing a live stream with somebody and playing a track and both playing over the same track, it means that you can jam with people from all over the world. And that's something that Daniel said on the last In at the Deep End video that we did. Daniel Donato, who's the guest that time, he said that it's amazing that we've both jammed over a couple of backing tracks and we've done it 6 hours apart from each other, because he was over in the USA and I was in the UK and there was that time difference, but it was instantaneous that we could talk with each other and jam over these tracks. So it's amazing what you can do with technology nowadays, and I think that with COVID, the creativity that has come from being isolated will continue into the future. Of course, people will be able to, hopefully, fingers crossed, get out in the future and it will be a little bit more normal, and you might be able to go to gigs again, and it might be the case that you have to be a little bit more socially distanced, but we'll see what happens. But the internet isn't going away, so the potential to keep on being creative is there. So I think on that side of things, it's a positive that's come from the lockdown and people just getting online a little bit more and providing entertainment from home and getting on the internet and collaborating with other artists as well. So it has certainly been a hive of activity and creativity during the COVID lockdown. But thank you, Lulu, for that donation. And Michelle has donated $25 as well. Thank you for this, Michelle. The message is, do you cook? What is your speciality? So thank you for that, Michelle. And I don't really cook that much. I'm trying to think of what I used to do. When I was at university, my speciality, but it wasn't really a speciality because it didn't taste amazing, but it was probably sweet and sour chicken. That's what I used to get. So I used to get the chicken breast and cut that up and fry that, and then I'd get the sweet and sour sauce. I wouldn't make it from scratch. I then pour in the sauce, do the rice, maybe add a little bit of salt, and pretty much that was the only thing that I would consider cooking, or at least a meal where you would eat it and think, yeah, this has taken a little bit of cooking rather than just warming something up. Because other than that, I would have noodles and maybe noodles with chicken in. The noodles with chicken, you can start to see that there is a bit of a chicken theme going on, because I used to go to the gym quite a lot. I'd have quite a lot of chicken and lean meats and protein shakes and all that kind of stuff. So something that had a good deal of chicken in, and maybe some complex carbohydrates, some brown rice, as well as white rice is more of a quick release carbohydrate and not particularly good. It's going to give you a bit of a spike in your blood sugars, and I don't want to turn this into a nutritional stream, but yet I tended to go for the brown rice because of these slow release carbohydrates and the lack of that rise in blood sugars after eating it. So as I said, I used to go to the gym quite a lot, so it was pretty much chicken themed. Chicken with noodles, chicken with rice, sweet and sour chicken, chicken curry as well. Even though when you start talking about curry, I know that there's a whole load of fat in there, saturated fat, which isn't particularly good. More of a treat, really, having a curry, especially at university. And then, of course, if I did have any spare money, which wasn't a usual thing at university, but if I did, then I might splash out on a pizza, which used to be a lot cheaper back in the day when I was at university. That I remember there'd be about £13, maybe £14, so $13.99 for a large Texas barbecue, which is what I went for. And now it's like $17.99 for a large. It's gone crazy with the prices, and that's at Domino's. So they used to be a lot cheaper back in the day, but I am talking about quite a long time ago, maybe 18 years ago, something like that. So the prices have gone up. Anyway, yeah, I'm not counting that, by the way, as cooking, me getting a Domino's, but I'd have to go for sweet and sour chicken. That's the only thing that I really cooked in the past. But thank you for that donation. I'm just going to scroll up to make sure I haven't missed any. So thank you, Michelle, and Patty, who has donated $5 as well. That is a straight up donation, so thank you for that. Orlando has donated $5 again. Thank you for this, Orlando. The message is, thank you for playing those covers. Running Blind is one of my favourites. I hope you make more original music soon. Rock with lots of rock horns. So thank you for that, Orlando. And I hope so too in the future. At the moment, everything that you can see on screen and going on, and everything on the YouTube channel and the Wings of Pegasus website and Facebook. I'm still doing it all myself. So it is taking up every single minute of the day, but I will continue to do it as long as I can. And I know that at the moment I'm right on the boundary, I think, of every single day getting everything done. But I'm just about finishing it before I then go to bed at night. And then I just start again the next day. So we will see what happens, but I'm hoping that maybe in the future I can start to be a little bit more organized or maybe get some help with things. But I think the problem is at the moment that everything that I do day to day, I'd say 90% of it is something that I need to do, being asked questions about music or guitars, just like effects units as well, and guitar techniques, and then videos that I might have looked at, videos that I haven't looked at. I also sometimes get comments by people asking me, what is this person doing at this time in this video? So then I go away and I watch that particular video and then see what they're doing and then try and type out or explain, which is a lot harder to do, typing out what the player is doing in order to get that particular sound. So it's the kind of questions that if I was getting help from somebody who wasn't a guitarist or a teacher or a musician, they wouldn't know the answer to the questions. So they'd probably just have to forward it on to me anyway, and I would have to answer it. So it's something that at the moment, yeah, about 90% is just messages, comments, and responding to people. So we will see what happens in the future, but I will keep on doing that as long as I am able and can fit it into 24 hours. So thank you, Orlando, for that donation and the kind words about running blind as well. Debbie is in the house and has donated $9.99. Thank you for this, Debbie. And there's been a few more comments and donations, so thank you for that. I'm just going to scroll up to make sure that I get this. Debbie has donated $9.99, and the message is the guy saying thank you and doing some praying. So thank you for that, Debbie, and thank you for tuning in. And that goes for all of you guys in the live chat room, in the super chat window, all of you guys who have hit the thumbs up button and subscribed to the channel as well, because it just helps everything to grow. When you guys are clicking that subscribe button especially, it's helping to get the videos out there. So thank you guys so much for that, and just for hitting the thumbs up. We are at 210 likes in the live stream so far, so if you haven't hit that thumbs up yet, it'd be much appreciated if you could. We're aiming for 350 likes up in that top corner tonight, and if I can find the pick roulette likes target, is set at 5 more at 355. And if you're new to the live streams, this just means that if we do hit these likes targets, the first one, that one's for fun, and the other one is for even more fun, because that means that we'll be giving away a pick next week at the live stream, which we will be doing tonight because we did hit the target last Tuesday. So look out for the pick roulette, and that's going to be coming up very soon. So keep an eye on that likes total. We'll see if we'll get any more people in the live chat room to hit that thumbs up and give a spike of the likes. But just quickly back into the super chat window. Paul has donated $5. Thank you so much for that, Paul. The message is, very happy in here. Let's spike those likes. Great idea, Paul. Hit that thumbs up if you get a chance. And Lulu has donated $5 again. Thank you for that, Lulu. And the message is, are there Chick-fil-A restaurants in the UK? And the answer to that is I don't know, but if there are, I've never heard of them. Chick-fil-A or Chick-fil-A, I don't know how that's supposed to be said, but we don't have them. Unfortunately, we have just the normal, we have Nando's. That's a chicken restaurant, I do believe. I've only been there once. I know that some people are mad on Nando's and go there all the time. But I think the one time that I went there, it was lots of spicy chicken, and I'm not really into spicy food, so it wasn't really my bag. I think I just had like lemon chicken or something that just didn't have any spice on it. But I think people really, no pun intended, get a kick out of the spice on the chicken, and I'm not really into that. So I'm not a Nando's kind of guy. Maybe occasionally a KFC, but not really. I sometimes do have chicken nuggets at McDonald's, but I know that I'm having too many McDonald's, so I'm staying away from that. And yes, it's something that I do enjoy chicken now and again, but like anything with my diet, if I have too much of it, then my body starts to not digest it very well, and it causes me some problems in the long run. And all you guys have probably heard this, how nutritionally, sometimes I've had acne since the age of 12 and still continue. It's something that genetically I have been handed, which is not particularly nice, but I get away with it by avoiding trigger foods. And pretty much if I avoid my trigger foods, then I don't get acne. And when I do eat a trigger food, then I definitely do get some. But also if I just eat something too much, and chicken you'd think is the most safe food that you can have, it's just straight down the line, just protein and that's it. But if I have too much chicken, that even starts to cause problems. So I just rather stay away from it. It just keeps it a lot more simple and means that I can avoid a lot of pain in the long run, because it's not the kind of stuff that is just visual, it is very painful, so I just stay away from it. But anyway, that could kind of tie in to me cooking. I tend to just avoid a lot of food, so I just eat the same thing over and over and over again. Pretty much most weeks I have the same diet, it's just that the days move around. And that's why when I do have McDonald's, for example, I have Coke Zero. I can't really have any drinks that are high in sugar because that's really bad. And a McDonald's burger is absolutely fine. I can't have chips, so I have fruit with my burger. And it kind of turns out that because of my dietary requirements or the way that my body works, I end up being a lot healthier because my body works a lot better with natural foods like fruits and chicken, but not too much, and just sometimes orange squash, for example. And it's got a little bit of sugar in there, but it's natural sugar, which my body deals with a lot better, so that's all good. But anyway, let's get away from my dietary requirements and jump into the donations again. And Lulu, thank you for that. And yes, that all started from the Chick-fil restaurants. I don't know what those are, but maybe you guys can fill me in the live chat room. That'd be great to find out what those are, if it's like a Nando's or something like that. But thank you as well, Renee, who has donated $10. Nora101, thank you for that. The message is, hi Phil, have you ever tried to learn a cover song but ultimately gave up either because it was too difficult or too boring? So thank you for that donation and the question. And pretty much the answer to that is no. If there is a particular cover that I'm taking on, I think with Eruption by Van Halen, that is one of those that maybe took me a couple of weeks to get down, and I just maybe play it for half an hour a day, something like that. But there isn't one that I've taken on that has been too difficult. And I think once you get to a certain point playing the guitar, pretty much most mainstream songs and lead guitar you can get down. I think I've got the advantage of having been into hard rock and worked on techniques that are quite advanced with alternate picking and quite fast. So I've got a lot of the muscle memory already there that I don't then need to learn from scratch. And yeah, pretty much I think most people that play guitar and have worked at it for quite a long time can play most things, most mainstream things. The other, talking about really, really fast playing, I'm not really into that kind of music anyway, so I don't think I would be covering a really fast picked, alternate picked song that's just arpeggios the whole way through and sweep picking. It's not something that I'm particularly into, and I've worked at my own guitar playing to play in a style that I enjoy playing. And I think that if you're starting to play songs and play covers for the sake of it, to try and show off or do something like that, then it's not really something that I find artistically credible in a way, or probably fulfilling is probably the word that's more apt for that. So I don't find it artistically fulfilling to do a song that is just trying to show off rather than something I like melodically. And that's something that I love about Eruption, is the fact that it's a blend of technique and melody that I really like the sound of. So that's why I did a cover of that. But it's why also I've done covers of Dokken tracks as well in the past, because they are melodic as well as being technically fun to play. Winger falls into that category as well. So the answer to that is no. I've never started doing a cover and then stopped for any reason. I've always got all the way to the end and then uploaded it and filmed it, got all the camera angles, green screened it, all that kind of stuff. So thank you so much for that donation. The question, Patty as well, who has donated $5. Thank you for that. The message is, hi Phil, did you teach guitar to small kids? What age? Is it easier to learn guitar if they learn ukulele first? You clean up nicely, nice suit with a smiley face and a guitar. So thank you for that, Patty. And yes, I have taught guitar in the past. I think probably the youngest I've taught ukulele to is a 6-year-old, around that kind of age. But then even still, I mean, I've got 2 nephews who are 6 and a third nephew who's 2 years younger than that. And I think even at that age, it is difficult to keep their attention. And it certainly was the case with the 6-year-old that I was teaching ukulele to, because he was looking around the studio and just looking at the other guitars. And you couldn't really keep his focus on trying to do anything on the ukulele. So this is why after that, I started teaching pretty much from 9 and then older than that, and that's the youngest I'd go. But just because of the concentration thing, also to a certain extent the size of their hands, because once they start getting to 9 and 10 years old, they start to get a little bit more stretch with their fingers. They can start to do chords and full chords rather than just playing single notes. That's something that I'm not really into teaching wise, is getting a kid to play a song that's just playing the melody of the song with one note. I'd rather that they could play the chords underneath and then sing the melody over the top, because that's what you want to do. If you're listening to somebody play the guitar, they play the chords and everybody sings along. You don't want the guitarist just to be playing single notes of what everybody's singing, because then it doesn't sound like the song. So that's why I then started teaching just 9 years and older at that point. But that was all before COVID, as you guys can understand. And thank you, Michael, as well, who has donated $5. The message is, the time to write is when you start laughing uncontrollably. The song comes much easier. So thank you for that, Michael. And I think, yeah, sometimes it's good to lighten the mood as well. If you just have a good laugh when you're writing and you just can't get anything down, yeah, having a good laugh is definitely good, just to break the tension or the pressure. Sometimes people put so much pressure on themselves to write, whereas it's great just to take a back seat and take the weight off your shoulders and just see what happens and not force the issue. And it works that way, I think, with songs. They just come along when they do. You just have to have a pen in your hand or a phone in your hand to record a riff and just anything in order to get it down when it does happen. But thank you for this, Michael. Michelle has donated $10 as well. Thank you for this, Michelle. The message is, amazing synopsis. Brave to demonstrate, imitate Frankie Valli in the one vid. Wow, when the student is the student is ready, the teacher appears. Good show, Phil. So I think Michelle might have been typing a little bit too quickly there towards the end. But thank you for that donation and the kind words as well. Certainly Frankie Valli, one of those voices that, yeah, is so difficult to hit the range, the pitch that he gets up to, and just a standalone voice that just really did stand out. And on the video that I did, thank you for the kind words as well. Sometimes it's good to try and demonstrate particular things and reasons why a particular voice is different to other voices, but certainly with Frankie, it definitely stood out. But thank you for that, Michelle. Kay has donated $20 as well. Thank you for this, Kay. The message is, why do British speakers omit the article, e.g. the, in constructions like go to hospital? If you were writing a song, you would say, go to the hospital. Would you add the article? So thank you for this, Kay. And if I was saying I went to the hospital, I would probably say I went to the hospital. When you say I went to hospital, that is more describing the process of being inside the hospital. I went to hospital for an operation or something like that. You're just about to describe what you went to hospital for in terms of the procedure. And when we say I went to the hospital, that is just saying that you went to that location, that you went to that place, that you weren't really having a procedure. And that is very much how I see the use of putting the in front of the hospital or any location. Generally, you'd say, I went to, let me try and think. I'm trying to think of where else I would use I went to the restaurant, because you wouldn't say I went to restaurant, because that wouldn't make sense. So maybe hospital is just one of those unique examples of going to a place. And if you're having a procedure, you say I went to hospital to have this procedure. And yeah, if I was saying I went to the hospital because my granddad was there or something and I was visiting rather than having a procedure. But anyway, that's how I describe it, or how I would use those two versions. So thank you, Kay. I hope that makes sense. Maybe it doesn't. But Sue has donated $20 as well. Thank you for that, Sue. And it is a straight up donation. And Deborah has donated again $9.99. Thank you so much for that, Deborah. The message is, hi Phil, what is the status of the co-analysis video with Taj? So thank you for the question. And at the moment, I think it's going to be something that we'll have to do probably in 2021, because with Christmas everything goes super crazy and I'm very busy doing everything that I do on a day-to-day basis. But I do have contact with Taj and on a WhatsApp as well, WhatsApp group. So everything's set up in order for us to organize it when we are free and when we can organize our diaries. So we will definitely, hopefully be able to do that in the future, but it's just organizing the time. That's the difficult point. But as soon as we get down to organizing dates and times and when we're going to be able to record it and upload it, then I'll let you guys know on a live stream, but also over on Patreon as well. So thank you for that, Deborah. And Linda Z has donated $5. Thank you for that, Linda. The message is, poor Carla is about to eat the roulette wheel because she is so hungry with all the food talk, with some laughing faces. So thank you for that, Linda Z. And that goes for me as well, because earlier I had quite a healthy dinner of a pork chop and some sweet potato and some peas, and that was it. And we're talking probably 6 hours ago, maybe longer than that. So I'm pretty hungry as well. So all of this food of talk and talk of food is making me hungry, and also swap words about in my sentences. So you can tell that the hunger is starting to strike myself as well as Carla. So maybe we should end the live stream early tonight in order that we to go and eat some food. But we will keep on going. And we're at almost 5 to 1 here in the morning. So we are getting towards the end of the live stream, but we are going to definitely have our look at some pictures and then the pick roulette, which we will jump into soon. But thank you for that, Linda Z. And we have Lila in the house as well, who has donated $10. Thank you for this. And the message is the guy jumping up and dancing, saying #1 fan. So thank you for that. Lucy has donated $4.99. Thank you, Lucy, for this donation. The message is, come on, spike the likes, y'all. We need to reach the goal with a thumbs up. Where are we at? 248 at the moment. So if you are in the live chat room and you haven't hit that thumbs up yet, now is a great time to do it. We're going to try and spike the likes. And we are getting towards the end of the live stream. Maybe 20 minutes at a push before the end of the live stream. So we've got quite a long way to go. 102 to get to tonight's likes goal. It is way up there, like I said, on the Tuesday night. I know it's going to be more difficult, but we will see where we get. Fingers crossed we can get a few more people in the live chat room to hit that thumbs up. We will see where we end up. So Amy has donated $5 as well. Thank you for this, Amy. The message is just a reminder that the Wings of Pegasus supporters page on Facebook is a great place to hang with Phil fans. So thank you for that, Amy. And it is indeed. If you guys want to head over to the Wings of Pegasus supporters group over on Facebook, then you can. I might even be able to show you guys. I'm going to try and do a screen capture thing here to see if it works, because I did set this up for a stream ages ago and then totally forgot about it. So I might actually totally disappear here in order to show you guys the Wings of Pegasus website And on the website, you can see that there is a heading that says live streams. So if you head over to that, I don't think you can see my little arrow, but it is over live streams at the moment. So I'm going to click on that and it will take you to this page. And if you can see on the screen, the big Wings of Pegasus supporters group picture with the Facebook logo, if you click on that picture, it'll take you through to the Wings of Pegasus supporters group on Facebook. You also get the live stream guidelines here if you want to check those out. Moderators, about them, all this kind of stuff. Also the pick roulette information. If you want to read about that, it's all available at wingsofpegasus.com, and just head over to the live stream section and that should be all fine over there. So hopefully you guys could all see that, and we're back to normal now. So we are going to be jumping into the pick roulette, and before that, the pictures. Just before we do, Carl has donated $5. Thank you for that, Carl. The messages the usual. Glad it wasn't McDee's tonight, at least with a smiley face. So thank you for that, and that usual is the Cross the Pond Fund. And thank you, Carl, for the donations towards that, but also the not Mackie D's donations that you make as well. We are going to be jumping into looking at some pictures, so I have to go to a different place in order to organise all this, and we should be able to get the background where I totally disappear. And first up we have, or we should have, Paul, who here has uploaded a picture. Not only have we got a picture of Paul, and we've got a picture of a guy holding a guitar on the back right there, but also we've got the Wings of Pegasus mug there. Let's see how they get on. You can see that Paul was a very lucky winner of the Wings of Pegasus pick. So there he has stuck it to the mug somehow using witchcraft. So thank you so much, Paul, for uploading that picture, and also of the mug as well, and congratulations on picking up the pick in the pick roulette. So congratulations. And we are going to be moving into hopefully the picture of maybe the youngest ever model on this whole live stream that we've been going for quite a while, but here we have it. And this is on behalf of Barbara, who not only has uploaded this picture, but you can see that it is Wyatt who has the little pick, or it's just a standard pick, but in his little hand, it is the signed Wings of Pegasus pick, because Barbara was a winner on the pick roulette. So congratulations to Barbara, and Wyatt has got the pick in his hand, and also the picture of some guy holding a guitar. So very well modeled there, and the youngest model so far. And it's a family-friendly live stream. This is what it's all about, and a great job done by Wyatt holding the pick and the picture at the same time. So thank you, Barbara, for uploading that, and also Carla for sending me that picture as well. So now we're going to have a little look at some Wings of Pegasus merchandise that is in the pipeline and will be coming soon. So Carla has been busy. Here is an example of some Wings of Pegasus, I was about to say earphones, but they're not quite, earrings. And I have got a different version of earrings as well. That's in the black, and I think we've got black and silver kind of colour and a purple kind of colour. So Carl has been very busy with these, and we've got the key rings there as well. You can't have enough picks. So this is great that we have all of these. And last but not least, we'll have a Wings of Pegasus necklace, and they do come in those 3 different colours. So it's something that I'll probably pick up, a Wings of Pegasus necklace myself, because sometimes when you do forget your pick, or you just can't find one and you've dropped one, and they roll underneath tables and underneath cabinets and just escape all the time, it's great to have a pick on your necklace, because then you're never caught short in a guitar playing situation. So thank you so much, Carla, for working at all of this merchandise and also uploading the pictures so that I could grab them. And Hopefully they will be up soon. We're still going to work out, I think, how we can get them available for everybody, but I'll speak with Carla about that. We'll sort it out in the future. But thank you so much for uploading those pictures, and hopefully I can jump back to me, because we're now about to jump into the pick roulette for tonight. So everybody brace yourselves. I hope you guys are all feeling lucky, because there will be one lucky winner very soon, and fingers crossed it's all going to work. We're going to jump into it now. Tonight's Tuesday night's pick roulette. Good luck, everybody, and I'll be back in a second. Rock! So here we have the pick roulette wheel up on screen. And everybody that did type I agree last week in the live stream, your name is on the roulette wheel. And again, thank you, Carla, for sorting all of this out. We are going to be going through the usual process of doing our 5 times shuffle on the wheel. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And without further ado, let's get this wheel spinning. And we'll see whose lucky day it is tonight, or lucky night, lucky morning, depends where you are in the world. But we should see very soon who is going to be very lucky. And we have a lot of names on there tonight. I'm not sure how many names, but I think in the last pick roulette we had just under 100. So we've got lots of potential winners on here. It's starting to slow down. I can see Laurie going through King Nero. And it's a little bit small. Donna, I can make out there. Carol. And Ray's just passed through. Jennifer. And maybe Terry or Teresa. Is it going to go any further? It is... I can't see who it's going to be. It is Diane, who has won the pick. So congratulations to Diane. And it might be the case that sometimes we get someone who's been very lucky and actually managed to pick up a couple of picks. But congratulations to Diane, who has won the pick for tonight. So if you can make yourself known in the chat room to Carla, that would be great, because then Carla can get on with sending you that pick. But congratulations to Diane, and commiserations to everybody else on that pick roulette wheel. The only way to get your hands on a pick is to enter in the future, and if we do hit the likes target for the live stream, then we have the pick roulette the next week, and we have to hit the pick roulette target for that particular stream. And on the agenda tonight for the pick roulette likes next week, we are going to be at quite a high amount. I think it was 355 from memory. But Diane, congratulations, and I hope that you are in the live chat room so that you can make yourself known to Carla in there somewhere. Now it's going to be time for me to try and get back to myself so you can see me on screen. Hopefully I have appeared again, and hopefully everything is now set up. I can see that we're at 284 likes. It just jumped up, so we are closing in on 300. We are going to have another video to play, and let me just check. The pick roulette likes was 355, so I was correct there with my target that I mentioned a second ago. That is still quite a ways from where we are with the likes, so it might be the case that we are just going to be having our likes total of 350, maybe. We'll see if we can get those thumbs up during the next video, because this was requested over on Patreon. Again, thank you guys for these requests, and it is going to be me running around in the cold in London, and this was requested over on Patreon by, I think it was one that was Lynn's request. Yeah, Lynn and Lisa and Joan as well, and Teresa and Amy. So thank you guys for requesting a little bit of That's Metal, and we can have this as the Darth Vader theme that we had earlier. And just as a little tip of the hat, and hopefully you guys enjoy it, because Darth Vader, by the way, is at the end of this video, so look out for him making a guest appearance. But I hope you guys enjoy this, and I'll see you guys after. Rock! And there we have it. That was my song called That's Metal to My Ears, in brackets. And it's one of those videos, it's funny because somebody commented saying, oh, that video is so 80s and cheesy and it's all been done before. And that's the whole point. That's the whole point of doing it. The song's called That's Metal. So I wanted to try and do a video that was as 80s metal as I could think, and certainly the song with having harmonies, guitar solos in there, actually 2 guitar solos just shoehorned in there. So it's something that it was a little bit cold doing that, but I think every once in a while you just gotta literally let your hair down and just push your boundaries a little bit, have a lot of fun. And this is what I liked about doing it, is that so many people got involved and enjoyed it. And I also like seeing where you've got the guy who's holding his umbrella, and the whole point of them being there is that they are human statues and they're not supposed to move. But they all got into it and they just thought, to hell with being a statue, let's just dance around, because I did have the song and I was singing it out loud as well, and it's coming out of a big speaker, which was also the other thing that I think even playing music out loud in public, especially in the middle of London, is something that's a bit of a grey area with the law, but there were some police officers there who were getting into it as well. So I think it just goes to prove that more often than not, if everyone's having a good time and there's nobody being hurt or anything, then there's no need to enforce this public performance or public sound or noise law. If everyone's having a great time, then just keep on having a great time. And fortunately, the police who were there were light-hearted enough to get involved and have a bit of fun, because that's what life's all about. And it was very enjoyable doing that video. I know that a lot of people say, oh, I could never do that, but I think that if you're just out there to have fun and other people are getting involved, then it's a lot easier, because just everybody's getting into it. I think if people are judging you and you feel really self-conscious, that's another thing that I don't really feel particularly self-conscious, because I've had long hair for a very long time, so I always stick out wherever I am pretty much anyway. So it wasn't much of a change to an everyday occurrence. So I think that once you get over just looking a little bit different and standing out, then you can just get into it, and everybody certainly did, which was very good fun. And hopefully that comes across in the video and with Darth Vader there at the end. So thank you guys so much for tuning in tonight. Just in general, I am going to be getting the super chat window up on screen because we had a bit of action in there. We are going to be finishing the live stream in a few minutes time, so thank you for just joining me tonight and all of the super chat donations. I am going to just check that I'm going to have to scroll up to make sure that I don't miss any here. And it was Karen who donated after Carl, so thank you for that, Karen. And it was a $5 donation. The message is, "Hi Phil, I listened to the live stream on my cell while driving home. You're saying chicken a lot. Has me concerned that you'll grow feathers. Laugh out loud, Karen." So thank you for that, Karen. And I'm not sure that's something that is physically possible, but maybe in a cartoon version of myself it would be. But thank you for that, Karen. And Joan has donated $49.99. Thank you so much for that, Joan. A very kind donation. And the message is, "Love the pick jewelry and keychains. Thank you, Carla, for your creativity." So thank you for that donation, but also a big shout out to Carla for her creativity and organising those earrings and necklace and key rings as well. Thank you for that, as well as moderating and keeping an eye on everyone in the live chat. So thank you so much for that. And all of the moderators, that goes for Paul in there, and Laurie and Neil. And Ian has donated $50. Thank you so much for that, Ian. Again, a very kind donation. The message is, "Just paying the tax for missing so many live streams," with a smiling face. So just to throw it out there, there is no tax. You don't have to donate on these live streams. But thank you, Ian, for that kind donation. As I always say, everybody check out Ian if you do get a chance. Check out his YouTube channel, which he can put in the live chat room in order to go over there. Check out his original music and the covers that he does as well. Thank you, Ian, for that. And Paul, who we saw earlier, is in the house and has donated $50. Thank you for this, Paul, and a very kind donation again. The message is, "Thanks for making a really nice space, Phil. It makes sense that Wings of Pegasus growing so well. So here's to 2021 being not weird and great year for all." So fingers crossed. Thank you, Paul. And hopefully there'll be this vaccine that they're trying to develop, and maybe that'll be something that starts to break this COVID situation down a little bit, and we can return to a little bit of normality, let's hope, in 2021. And certainly I remember in 2019 the message was that hopefully 2020 will be a big year, and the year has flown by. I have started doing the In at the Deep End videos, and certainly I've kept on growing, because I think at the end of the last year it was 100,000 subscribers that we managed to get to. So we can add another 55,000 on top of that for this year, which is, again, thinking of 55,000 people is a crazy amount of people. So thank you everyone for subscribing to the channel. It is much appreciated, and for joining me on the analysis videos and the live streams, and now the live analysis videos, which is a new thing as well that we've started doing this year, right at the end of this year. So we will continue that into 2021. But thank you, Paul, for that donation. And Orlando has donated $5. Thank you for that, Orlando. The message is, did you have to follow a diet low in carbohydrates and high in protein to get that lean? So thank you for that, Orlando. And no, I didn't do anything drastic in the carbohydrates department. I think because I'm naturally quite lean. I mean, even when I'm not exercising, and even though I know that people are saying, oh, it's so unfair that you can eat fast food. I have fast food once a week, so that is one thing that I do, make sure that I don't overstep that boundary, because if I just had fast food on all the time, of course I'm going to start putting on a lot more fat. But I find that still having just one fast food night a week, I'm still staying lean. And I'm not actually exercising a lot at the moment because of the whole COVID thing. I'm not going out and running like I used to. But I'd say that my body fat percentage probably stays at around 10 to 12 naturally. And then when I start working out, it probably goes down to about 8. And I was probably around about 8 in that video, maybe a little bit less. The lowest I've been is, I think, 5 to 6. But that was, I think, a little bit too much for me. I think around about 8 is a level at which I'm fine with the amount of definition and all that kind of stuff, and I don't think I need to go any lower than 8 to still kind of look decent but then still be healthy, because I do think that when you are at 5% and 6%, it is a little bit low and your body starts to struggle doing things that the body just needs to do naturally every day. And yeah, I keep it probably around 8 to 10 if I'm exercising, and then 10 to 12 when I'm not. And even now, I don't really put on any fat around my stomach and stuff, so I can still see the muscles there. That's absolutely fine. I know that a lot of people, the first place they put on weight is around the stomach, and that's, I think, a lot of people when they are working out, the hardest thing that they can get, or they have to try and work at, is getting the six-pack, because you can do as many sit-ups as you want, but if you don't burn the layer of fat on top of the muscles, you'll never see the muscles underneath. You could have the best six-pack in the world, you could have an 8-pack under there, but if you've got a layer of fat on top and you don't work that fat off, then you'll never be able to see your six-pack. And it's something that a lot of guys, I know, certainly having been to the gym quite a lot in my career and being a personal trainer when I was 18 and 19 years old, a lot of guys spend so long on weights, but you're not going to burn a substantial amount of fat doing weights. You have to get into the cardio. You have to do just a long walk and a brisk walk for 30 or 40 minutes. Do that 2 or 3 times a week as well as doing weights, and then you'll start to see more definition come along in your whole body, because you are burning fat. And even doing a high intensity piece of exercise for 5 to 10 minutes, doing that 2-3 times a week, you are going to burn substantial fat. So that's something that I would advise if you find that you're starting to put a lot of fat on. But it's always good to be aware of your diet, full stop. If you know how much fat you take in grams, in saturated fat, unsaturated fat, this is the kind of thing that I know, because I know the foods I eat just every week are pretty similar. So I know when I eat something, how much fat is in it, how much saturated fat, how much carbohydrate, how much protein. So I've always got numbers in my head that I know that, for example, when I've had a McDonald's, I know that I'm probably at about 70 grams of fat for the day by the end of the day. So like 1 or 2 in the morning. So then if I was to have peanuts, I'd maybe have unsaturated fat, but I'd add another 5 grams of saturated fat. So my head's already got this all worked out, because I've been doing it for so long and was a personal trainer. So I've probably got a bit of an advantage, and that's maybe how I stay quite lean, is I know what to eat and I know what not to eat. So anyway, a very long answer there, but thank you, Orlando, for that. In short, no, I don't watch my carbohydrates. I just make sure that I watch my saturated fat, if anything. So thank you for that donation. Diane has donated $24.99. Thank you for that, Diane, and congratulations on winning that pick earlier in the pick roulette. The message is, hi Phil, looking forward to receiving my pick. Stay safe and continue creating the great music that you do. I am an advanced beginner guitarist. You inspire me to get better. So thank you for that, Diane. And thank you for entering the pick roulette and for playing guitar. I think guitar is such a great instrument to get into, and when you say that you're an advanced beginner guitarist, I think everybody's like that. Everybody, no matter what level you get to, you're still learning and you're always practicing, and you always feel like you're a bit of a beginner because there are things that you want to do that you can't do. But certainly it's just all about practice, and just get your fingers on that fretboard as much as you can, but don't overdo it so that it's not enjoyable. You've got to enjoy playing the guitar, and that pretty much goes for anything in life. If you enjoy what you're doing, then you will be more likely to excel in it because you're spending more time doing it, and you will enjoy it more just in your life. You'll enjoy your whole life more, but you'll get a lot better at doing that specific skill than somebody who's trying to do it because they're trying to earn money from it, or they don't really like doing it but they've got an ulterior motive to try and get good at it. You will become better at doing something that you enjoy than somebody who even might have a natural talent for something but they don't really like doing it. You will get better than them. So it's definitely worth just sticking at it but enjoying it. That's the most important thing. Thank you, Diane, for that. And Karen has donated $5 again. Thank you for that, Karen. The message is, Phil, my mention of your growing feathers was a joke, you know. Chipper wouldn't mind having someone rocking with him. Thanks for the smiles and being you, Karen. So thank you for that. And yes, I didn't think it was a serious thing that I would grow feathers. So thank you for that, Karen. And Jeannie has donated $2 as well. And it's two fists hitting each other. So I think that's a greeting maybe for COVID times. But thank you, Jeannie, for that. We are going to be calling the live stream to a close now. So thank you everyone for tuning in tonight. It has gone 20 past 1 in the morning here. So I'm going to have to get out of here and jump into Patreon and all the other messages that I do after this live stream. So thank you everyone for joining me tonight. Karen, Yelena, Sue, Neil moderating in there, Walter, Orlando, Chet, Susan and Dennis still in there, Sandy, Deborah, Donna, Carl, Laurie, Jeannie, and Corey, and Laurie, and Jennifer, again, Neil, Tim, Orlando, Billy, Dan as well. Thank you everyone for joining me on these live streams. Again, just to point you in the direction of tomorrow night's live analysis, I'll be taking a look at Badfinger, so tune in for that if you are free. It's going to be the same time, 12 midnight Greenwich Mean Time, same time as these live streams. So we will be jumping into that tomorrow night. And if you are part of the catch-up crew, we're going to be looking at you guys in order to hit that thumbs up and get us to the likes target of 350 on the live stream. That's what we're aiming for. Unfortunately, there's going to be no pick roulette next week because the 355 has not been met in this live stream, but we will see how we get on next week because it will roll over to next week and we'll still have 355 as the target. So thank you everybody for tuning in tonight, for all of your very kind donations, for all of your support. Patrons at the bottom of the screen, you know who you are, who also pop up in the super chat window as I always mention. But thank you everybody just for joining in on this Tuesday night on this live stream. I'll see you guys live tomorrow night in the live analysis, and I'll see you at an analysis video on Friday night, but also live again on Saturday night, where we will be having a pick roulette on Saturday night, so make sure that you check that one out as well. So everybody stay safe and stay isolated, follow your government's guidelines. Everybody in the UK, looking forward to getting out there tomorrow, and finally the lockdown will be lifted, so that will be good. Anybody watching in the UK, looking forward to tomorrow, definitely. But if you are anywhere else in the world, have a great evening or a great day or a great morning wherever you are, and I'll catch you guys at the next live stream tomorrow night, the analysis, or Saturday night, and in the comments section as always on the analysis videos. So I will see you guys at the next one. Rock!